On the surface, you don't really see very much that would be different in terms of the approach from the president-elect than we've seen from President Bush. And as you know, over the last 8 years, President Bush has not been able to get a peace deal.
All right, well, let's see if we can drill down on to one specific question here. Has the president-elect taken negotiating with Hamas off the table?
No, but what's interesting there as well, you remember in the campaign, again, Republicans were attacking Barack Obama as a candidate when he said, you know, maybe you need to talk to folks like Hamas, and they were saying, look, he's soft on terror, and they were really hammering him. And so what he did in response was say, look, my position is the same as John McCain. You only talk to Hamas if they renounce terror, number one, and if they finally recognize the state of Israel. That's really not different, again, from what President Bush has said. So over time, we've seen Barack Obama move closer to the Bush administration position on a lot of these things. Again, we've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's not speaking now. Maybe on January 20th, January 21st, he'll have some whole new idea we haven't heard yet. But with him being silent right now here in Hawaii, and we look closely at what he has said, his approach is not much different than President Bush, and President Bush's approach has not yielded very many results. Now, as you know, this morning, Anthony Zinni, the retired general, said that it's time for Barack Obama to negotiate with Hamas once he becomes president. But again, you've got to remember, it was with those conditions.
That's
that
right.
Not just willy-nilly talk to terrorists, but that they renounce terror and they recognize Israel. Those are the same conditions that Barack Obama has had in his position. So if he were to talk to Hamas, it would be under those very strict conditions. So frankly, I don't see a lot of daylight between the Obama and Bush positions, Tony.
Okay, Ed Henry for us in Honolulu. Ed, appreciate it. Thank you. More demonstrations here in the United States against the Israeli strikes on Gaza. About 250 protesters marched down Fifth Avenue in New York late yesterday. They waved Palestinian flags and called for an end to the attacks. Some protesters handed out leaflets urging a boycott of Israel. Demonstrators shouting, "Free, free Palestine," marched through the streets of New Orleans yesterday. Protests are planned in several cities today. We will keep you updated as developments unfold throughout the day right here in the newsroom. And be sure to log on to our website for more on the conflict, the international response, and the history behind it, including a look at the important players and the latest pictures and video. Check it out at CNN.com. A little political tinkering in Russia today. President Dmitry Medvedev has signed a law extending presidential terms from 4 to 6 years. Many say